I mean, I have a hard enough time following one timeline. This movie is like 5. Ugh. So, Terminator Genisys, the 5th movie in the Terminator franchise. I've only seen the first 2 Terminator movies, so I can't really compare this one to the 3rd one or the 4th one. But basically, this Terminator movie is kind of a reboot of the franchise. And I think it really only acknowledges Terminator 1 and then Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It's basically if those 2 movies had a baby that exploded a lot. It's this movie. So Kyle Reese, played by Courtney, is a soldier under John Connor, and as we all know, or should know, is sent back to 1984 to protect Sarah Connor from the Terminator who has been sent to kill her. Again, plot of the first movie, basically. But instead of a helpless Sarah Connor, he finds a badass Sarah Connor, played by Emilia Clarke, who was sent her own Terminator, basically, when she was a kid, to protect her. So basically, the first half of this movie focuses pretty much on the plots from the first Terminator movie and the second Terminator movie. And then only really about halfway through does it become its own movie. So Sarah, Kyle Reese, and good Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger team up to try to stop Judgment Day from ever happening, basically Skynet ruling the world, which isn't good because they kill everything. But then, as you know from the trailer, John Connor shows up, but now he is basically part human, part Terminator. Obviously, it kind of sounds like a lot because it is a lot. This movie takes on a lot. Well, the idea is kind of interesting, rebooting the franchise by kind of resetting it, kind of what the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies did. There were so many different timelines, and when you tried to kind of put the pieces together, it just made your brain hurt. Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor, she does a really good job in this movie. She's very reminiscent of Linda Hamilton, the original Sarah Connor. But she gives her own edge to it. And actually, the Sarah Connor in this movie is more like the young John Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. She fights back. She and Kyle Reese at first don't get along. But yeah, the Mother of Dragons has some acting chops. She does a really good job in this movie. Courtney is decent as Kyle Reese. I mean, Kyle Reese isn't a super remarkable character in the first place. And I thought with mainly what he was given, Courtney did, a decent job. The person who really impressed me in this movie was Jason Clarke, who played John Connor. You've seen him and stuff. He was in Zero Dark 30. He was the main guy in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And his character in that was he was bland. So it was awesome to see him as John Connor because he killed it. And yeah, I'm sure big fans of the Terminator series won't be too happy with John Connor being all bad and Terminator-y. But it does give the movie an interesting dynamic. And again, Jason Clarke is a really good actor, so he pulls it off really well and kind of makes it worthwhile. And of course, Arnold is great because it's a Terminator. It's not that difficult a role. And while the characters were okay and the action sequences themselves were really cool, the movie did take on just kind of way too much. They don't tell you who sent the Terminator who protects Sarah Connor back, which makes it just feel like that this movie is just pure setup for a new franchise. It doesn't really feel like its own movie almost, which is unfortunate. But ultimately, Terminator Genisys is one of those movies where you have a good time with it when you see it in theaters, but then once you come home and you let it sit with you for a while, it doesn't really hold up. So I'm going to give Terminator Genisys a meh and a half. It had some good parts to it. Great acting on Emilia Clarke and Jason Clarke's parts. I'm really not sure how fans, diehard fans of the Terminator series or, the first 2 movies, are gonna like this. So they're either gonna find some of it interesting or you just hate it. I don't know. Well, have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? And how do you rank it in terms of Terminator movies? I'd be curious to see how you think it fares to Terminator 3 and Terminator Salvation. Because obviously it's not better than 1 or 2. Okay guys, that's it from me. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!